Hi, my name is Matthew Peters and I'm one of the theater directors at the Woodlands High School. I just want to take this time to say thank you to all of our guest artists for teaching during our What to Do During Quarantine Masterclass series. This whole idea started whenever we found out we were going to be out of school for an indefinite period of time, which eventually turned into the rest of the school year. So we put an all call out for current students, alumni, industry professionals, and even our fellow teachers to come teach a class about something they were passionate about. You guys were the ones that answered the call. We started this on March 26th and we went all the way till the end of May with sometimes 3 classes a day, but most of the time 2 classes a day. We had over 100 classes taught to our students. So thank you for coming and sharing your advice, your expertise, and your passion for what you do. But most of all, thank you for giving our students a sense of normalcy, some positivity, and something they can look forward to each day in this crazy, uncertain time that we're living in. If you ever need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. You helped us in a time of need, and we would love to do the same. So again, thank you so much for everything. And I think there's a couple of people who would like to say thank you as well.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us, Kate.
Thanks, Miss English.
Thank you, Sam Bello.
Thank you, Nina Garcia.
Thank you, Ted Minette.
Thank you, Maddie Gustitis.
Thank you, Chris Hutchinson.
Thank you, Alexis, so much for all these spectacular makeup workshops.
Thank you, Sam Tepper. Thank you, Haley Podshin.
Thank you so much, Micah Phillips, for taking time out of your schedule to teach a class for the Woodlands High School and all others who attended.
Thank you, Leslie Flesner.
Thank you, Maddie Campbell.
Thank you, Lauren Fenner.
Thank you, Kaylin Paisley.
Thank you, Skylar, Portia, Camille, and Jude.
Thank you, Ella Whitehead.
Thank you, Rachel Applegate.
Thank you, Tammy Honest.
Thank you, Cheney Tullis.
Thank you, Gary Cooper. Thank you, Rob Melrose.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come and talk to us. It was really cool of you to do that, and it was incredible, Melissa, to hear about your experience.
Thank you, Joey Watkins.
Thank you, Rachel Shard.
Thank you so much, John Shellady.
To the one and only Barry Busby, thank you.
Thank you, Grace Murphy.
Thank you, Gabby Martinez.
Thank you, Shelby Steele.
Thank you, Edie Patterson.
Thank you, Emily Hammer.
Thank you, Madam Whiteman. Your class was great and your apple pie was even better.
Thank you, Blake Miner.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie Hampton.
Thank you, Carly Batole.
Thank you, Sean Hamilton.
Thank you so much, Brandon Kahn.
Thank you, Miss Dupuy.
Thank you so much, Ryan Dumas, for teaching us such an interesting aspect of theater.
Thank you, Jay Sullivan.
Thank you, Magnus Crokin.
Thank you, Mary Sutton.
To Miss Collins, a wonderful teacher, director, and meditation instructor, thank you.
Thank you, Todd Waite. Thank you, Brooke and Tiffany Engen.
Thank you, Ray Inkle.
Thank you, Austin Murray.
Thank you, Gage Baker.
Thank you, Dennis Jones.
Thank you, Brian Polk.
Thank you, Jonathan Ince. Thank you, Miss Lansbaum.
Thank you, Brian Cruz.
Thank you, Madison Witt.
Thank you, Brandon Weinbrenner.
Thank you, Sarah Rhodey.
Thank you, Maggie Hansen and McKenna Walter.
Thank you so much, Vic Shetty, for such an amazing script writing workshop.
Thank you, Tia Louie.
Thank you, Heather Romero.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth Bunch.
Thank you, Mason Wenzel and Grayson Owens.
Thank you, Lucy Lynch and Gabrielle Shetty.
Thank you to Abby Colburn, you're just an amazing dancer.
Thank you, Maya Karani.
Thank you, David Rainey, for all you've done for us.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Miss Cook.
Thank you, Bill Nowlin, Ashton Dodd, and Seamus Doyle.
Thank you so much, Chrissy Watkins.
Huge thank you to Annie Funk.
Thank you, Vincent, for teaching us. You're awesome. Thank you, Nick Nelson.
Thank you, Karsten Harrison.
Thank you, Rachel Meltzer.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us. It was really cool to hear about what you do.
Huge thank you to the sweetest gals ever, Emmanuel Inambo and Lizzie Marlowe.
Thank you, Katie Stobie.
Thank you, Matt DiCarlo.
Thank you so much, Jude Thompson.
Thank you, Peter McPoland.
Thank you, Remy Jocelyn.
Thank you, Mr. Humanek.
Thank you, Jason Leach.
Thank you, Jane Harris.
Thank Thank you, Mark Rivet.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peters, for helping to host and organize various Zoom meetings that kept us entertained and learning during quarantine.
We just wanted to say an overall thank you for everyone who participated in our classes and those who taught classes, and especially to our directors for putting this all together for us to be able to continue our love for theater and learn something new during this time.